Hi and welcome to a cEDH card review. In this video we're looking at an Orzhov commander, black and white. Kambal Profiteering Major. For 1 black, 1 white and 1 generic. You're getting a legendary creature human advisor 2/4 with 2 abilities. Whenever 1 or more tokens enter the battlefield under your opponent's control, for each of them create a tapped token that's a copy of it. This ability triggers only once each turn. This means that if an opponent's Dockside Extortionist generates a treasure, you're getting a treasure too. And as there are so many different effects that is generating treasures these days, like Smothering Tide, Ragavan, making tokens out of Dockside. People are usually getting a Dockside and they're making a token out of Dockside. Now on the other hand, when they're doing that, you're still getting the treasures tapped, and when they're doing that, they're usually doing it on the same turn, so in that regard, maybe not so much. Whenever Magda taps a dwarf, you're getting a treasure. Malcolm Keen-9 Navigator will also be a commander that is consistently going to generate a treasure for you every single turn. What else? I'm sure there's more. I mean, we could just say that Wizards of the Coast are probably going to be printing more cards that is generating treasures. It seems to be a theme going forward. So the high likelihood is that this commander is going to be better over time as more cards are going to be printed that are better, that our opponent's going to be playing, that is generating treasures, that this commander could be feeding on, so to say. Now, of course, you're also generating tokens whenever an opponent generates a token for another reason, like a token creature. Sure, that's cool. Like Forbidden Orchard is a very common land in people's decks, and whenever they are giving that token to someone, you're also getting that token, which means that your Forbidden Orchard could be used to give you 1/1s as well. So Forbidden Orchard probably an auto include inside this deck, by the way. That takes us to the secondary ability. Whenever 1 or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So this is a group slug effect. You're killing all of your opponents slowly but surely. Very slowly. For example, let's say you are reanimating an opponent's Dockside with Animate Dead or Reanimate, and that Dockside ETB will generate 5 treasures. It's still reading whenever 1 or more token enters the battlefield under your control. So even though you generate 5, it's only looking at it as a 1. So your opponent will lose 1 life and you will only gain 1 life. But if you repeatedly do this over and over, let's say you have a flicker effect that is flickering and generating infinite tokens in an instant repeatable loop of 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, then you will drain the table. So far, so good. He seems to be doing kinda good. But there are obviously problems. Orzhov is kinda lacking combo finishers in general. There are some, but they are, yeah. Abdel Adrian together with Animate Dead will be a probably go-to combo for this commander, because Animate Dead together with Abdel Adrian will repeatedly create infinite tokens. And with this commander you will drain the table that way. You have Adnos, you have other reanimator strategies, but still Orzhov is kinda struggling, I would have to say. In the end, Orzhov is not like impressive in tournament games, but it's not it's not dead. It's something you can bring to a tournament, but it's not going to be a dominating color combination. But I think this creature will be very good inside some 99s. Because once again, all commanders around this format are interested in treasures in general. It is definitely a mana generating or value engine generating card for mid-range builds. Now the question comes, is this going to be worth it? For example, Lofo Corrupted Sheriff, that is kinda good at continuously generating treasures for you. How good is this actually going to be? In some metas, in some matchups, this is going to be great. If your opponent are playing like Malcolm Keen-9 Navigator, then yeah, this is gonna be a great card because it's continually going to generate that treasure for you. If an opponent opens with an Ragavan, then yes, this will also be great. You could even go like, hey, you can attack me, you can have a treasure, and I will also have a treasure. I won't block. You can have that political discussion, potentially. If an opponent is playing Magda, this will also generate treasures continuously, being good. Except that Magda is like trying to win quite fast, so yeah, there's that. Some commanders are generating clues, like Tivit and such, and other commanders max the Daredevil and things like that, and then you're suddenly generating clues with this one as well. So in the end, the likelihood of this doing something if it's in your 99 is probably quite okay. So as a finalized review, I have to say that I think the card is good, but power creep is a big thing inside this format. And it is competing against a lot of other potential, like, value engine options. A few commanders that could be extra interested in this is cEDH. cEDH loves legendaries in various colors, especially black, because she's needing more black color identity legendaries, as well as she loves treasures. So this could be a legendary creature to boost cEDH's power and generate mana for cEDH over the course of the game. Yoda, the Unifier, could also probably like this. This is a legendary. Esika could potentially also love this. On the other hand, Esika, God of the Tree, as a commander doesn't really need mana generating legendaries. She's usually needing card draw generating legendaries because she's kind of solving the entire part. Esika and cEDH are kind of different. Like, Esika wants mana, card draw generating commanders, I mean, and cEDH want mana generating card draw legendaries basically, because they are solving the other part. cEDH and Esika are pretty good together. They are usually like either the commander or part of the 99. In general, I think that like Absan could be benefiting from this because Absan needs boosts. Absan are not like on the color identity of red, and they're not on the color identity of blue, so they could need some value engines to like help them mitigate that heuristic study. So depending on the color identity your commander is actually on, and if you're looking for like better cards in general, this could be something that equalizes it out a tiny bit. So I could see this actually being played in some 99s. I just think that it kind of depends on a little bit on the meta and what kind of other value engines you're actually having access to, as well as how many value engines you actually want to have inside your build. But I wouldn't frown upon anyone actually playing this. As a commander, I think it's going to struggle, and if brought to tournaments, I think it's going to generate something around like a 17% win rate. And that is kind of bad. That would put it in somewhere around the not so recommended. Like, it's going to win a few games here and there, and that's gonna be awesome. It's absolutely possible. But when you compare to some of the other commander options out there, it is definitely not going to be on par with what other commanders can actually offer and produce in raw power. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. More card reviews are coming up as a lot of more cards have been printed. Wizard of the Coast is on a printing killing spree.